Welcome to the Perpetual Calling Podcast, and this is Insight Friday, where I track down key thought leaders from around the world, find out their key learnings and insights, and give it to you right here, right now. I'm Anthony Payton. I'm your host for the next few minutes, so turn that volume up and let's get started. Welcome to another episode of Insight Friday. So guess what we're doing today? Well, I like changing things up, if you might have noticed, but we're going to cover Tony Robbins' rapid planning method, his RPM method. Yes, so if you haven't heard of this rapid planning method, it's basically a life plan, a whole journal to map out your next 12 months, and it breaks it down into step-by-step systems and daily tasks and weekly tasks, monthly tasks, you name it, it pretty much does it. And I think you can get it online, but I've got the physical version. I'm pretty old school, if you want to call it like that. I'd rather things in front of me so I can work through it, get my pen out, I can see it, I can flip through it, I can actually feel the pages. And these, it's not A4, the size of this, it's the size smaller. And let me just read you a bit about the RPM Quick Start Guide. So, welcome to Anthony Robbins' Rapid Planning Method, a revolutionary breakthrough in time and life management. This RPM system will help you to gain clarity about what's truly most important to you, empower you with the tools and skills to produce results, and create balance by giving you more time for what really matters in life. As you begin to incorporate the RPM system into your daily life, you will make giant strides towards creating a life of everlasting joy, happiness, fulfillment, and success. It's designed to help you get maximum benefits from RPM as soon as possible. So basically, I'll give you a quick overview, and if you go online, I think it's like Tony Robbins' website. So when I look up RPM method or rapid planning method, and so when we look through it, so we've got a nice black leather bound case for it, and it's enclosed in that, so it's pretty really good quality. It's top quality. And so first up, when we run through this, I actually did this yesterday, and it took me a few hours actually to plan it all out, get the main foundations in place. That's what you do when you start off in this. And so the first thing you do is cover the gap map, the personal mastery plan. So this is basically an overview of all the areas of your life. So we've got physical body, emotions and meanings, relationships, time, work and career, finances, and celebrate and contribute. So this is basically where you put in where you are now, and out of each of those areas, you score yourself out of 10 where you are right now. And then in another area, you put where do you want to be, and score yourself out of 10 in that area. And then, see, that's the gap from where you are now to where you want to be. And so in the middle of it, that's where you write down all the things you need to do to get to that point. So just brainstorm ideas. And then we go to the next part, is we put down your vision, the ultimate vision for who I'll become. And then the purpose, so my ultimate purpose. Then we've got my identity, who I am, and what I stand for. That's what my identity is. My code of conduct, and this means the standards I hold myself to each day, no matter what happens. And then we've got my values and rules. So basically what's most important to me. And see, what I've written down here is my values and rules is health and vitality, growth, love and connection, fulfillment, passion, contribution, adventure, freedom, joy, and happiness. And the rules are basically how you are able to feel that in your life. So health and vitality, the rule I have for that is each time I feel the sun on my face. And growth, my rule for growth is each time I read a book, listen to audio, or learn something new. So that's the values and rules. And then we go into my passions, which is what I love, what I hate, what excites me and drives me, what I'm committed to. And then categories of improvement, and so personal categories and professional categories. And then we go into 1 year results, so where you want to be in 1 year. So the results, so in your overall life, both personal and professional. And then the reasons why I will achieve this. If you think about this, it's kind of like you planning a holiday. If you want to plan the most amazing holiday of your life, you sit down and plan it. What you're going to do, what activities you're going to do, where you're going to stay, where you're going to eat, and so much more. And so this is basically a plan related to that, but this is a plan for your life. And this is what most people wouldn't do. And that's what I love about this book too, because I've done this before, but it's in one book. Then I've got another planner, a daily, weekly planner in another book, and they're just scattered all over the place. Now, this is one planner in one place. So your values, your vision, your goals. And so that's an overview of basically planning the foundations, let's call it. And then we go into your categories. So personal categories and professional categories. So there's tabs for each category. So we just went over the My Life Plan category, and now we've got my categories. So we've got your personal category and professional. So basically, you go over your ultimate vision of your personal category, the purpose of it, the roles, like your roles, 3 to 5, 3 to thrive. So these are the areas to work on, the 3 main areas, the resources you need, and your 1 year and 90-day results. So as you can see, we're kind of chunking it down. We've got the big vision. Now we're working down to personal categories and professional categories. And then we go to the next step, which is actually planning. So we go down to, we've got the My Calendar now. Going to the My Calendar section. And so you have at the start of each week, you go over a weekly master plan. And this is super detailed. This isn't just basically brainstorming the things you need to do. It's basically brainstorming the things you need to do and then actually putting each little sections into categories. So an example is, I've got mine for this week. And so right now it's doing this podcast. So under the podcast, I had, under the brainstorming was to record podcast, edit it, launch it, share it, promote it. And see, those go in an own little block under the master plan for the week. So you put them in the little block and they tally up the duration, how long it'll take, each section, and then the priority of each of those sections. And so here I've got the priorities was launch podcast, which I did. This was last week. Yep. So I launched the podcast, and then the second thing on my list was to record and edit a new podcast, share episodes, and promote an upcoming podcast. And then you put down the time it'll take. So my total time was about 2.5 hours. And then from there, you take these and actually put it in a little calendar for the week, which is all on one page. Amazing. And then from there, you take them down into the actual daily calendar, the daily master plan it's called. And so this is an overview of everything you've got to do. So you fill it out, what you have to do. And the page is dated to the specific date and time, and you have one for each quarter. So we're in the 4th quarter of 2019 now, and so this started today actually, October the 1st. That's when I'm recording this episode now, and so I've planned it all out from my weekly plan into this daily plans. And then, so from here, We have another tab which is My Journal. So you journal all your ideas, whatever's on your mind. And we have My Communications tab, which is a communications plan. So pre-plan, so capture any communications, anyone you've got to connect with. And guess what you also got here? You also got a place where you can put addresses and phone numbers in. You don't see that very often, do you? Not these days. You got your phone and everything, but I guess you could put more important numbers in here, so you don't have to go through your phone, your mobile phone, or whatever it may be. And then at the back, we've got personal data sheet and a few other little bits and pieces and a meeting planner form. So that's it, guys. The RPM planner, Tony Robbins RPM planner. I've used planners over the years, many planners, and this is one which has taken it to a new level. You have your vision, big vision in there for every area of life. And it's basically chunked down to specifically to the daily action tasks you need to do. And then each week, you go over your weekly plan, how you went, plan the next week, and also you read over your values and goals and your vision, everything. So it instills in your mind again, instills in your subconscious mind. So it's like almost like you're on autopilot towards your vision, your purpose. So that's it for me, guys. Tony Robbins RPM Planner. Go check it out. It's pretty good, pretty amazing. And if you need help with like planning your daily tasks, your vision, jump into this, get one of these, or if it's a bit out of your price range, just listen to the podcast and come and join my community. I've got free heaps of free stuff there which will help you do just that as well. So thanks for joining, guys. I'm Anthony Payton, and I'll catch you again soon. Ciao.
Thanks for joining us on Insight Friday. If you're a thought leader and want to be on the show, send an email to support@perpetualcalling.com. That's support@perpetualcalling.com, and I'll be in touch. Now, if you've gained an insight or learned something new from this show, head to iTunes and rate and review us. And in doing that, I'll mention you on the show. Catch you next time. Thanks for joining us.